What's up everyone, my name is Abby, I like to read, and today I am finally getting around to filming my September wrap-up. So, I am well aware that it is November, but I am going to finally film my September wrap-up. Do I remember reading all these books? No, I don't. But I wrote down the star rating so I know what I felt about them at the time, even if I do not remember now. So I read a total of 7 books in the month of September, and I DNF'd 1, and this was huge for me. I don't normally like to DNF books, but I've just kind of discovered that life is too short to read a book that you don't want to read. So I did DNF a book. I'll start with that one, I guess. So one of my TBR jar books for the month of September was The Beautiful by Renee Ahdieh. This book right here. I had this book for a really long time, finally got around to reading it, and I don't even know, I didn't get very far. I didn't get very far at all. I just wasn't into it. I didn't like the main character. I didn't like the supposed love interest. I just didn't like it. So I stopped reading it, and that is that. Now going to the books that I read and finished. I will start with the audiobooks that I read. The first one is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I gave this book 3 stars, and I think that it is because of the graphic audio version that I listened to. The company's called Graphic Audio. I've listened to a couple of their other books and I enjoyed them somewhat. Some of the sound effects I don't really think need to be put into audio form. In this book, there's a lot of violence, so there was a lot of squelching and screaming and vomiting sounds, and I don't need that in my ears. I really don't need that in my ears. I don't need to hear the sound of the knife going into someone's body. I don't need to hear it. I don't like squelching. I don't. So I think that honestly knocked maybe a star or 2 down, maybe 1. I don't think I would have given it 5 stars. I would have probably given it 4 stars. So if I do continue on with this series, I will definitely read the audible version instead of the graphic audio, just where there's a narrator, not like a full cast with sound effects. I don't need that in my life. I just don't. The next 2 books that I listened to on Audible are the first 2 books in the Air Awakens Vortex Chronicles series by Elise Kova. This is the sequel series to Air Awakens. The first book is Vortex Visions, and the second book is Chosen Champion. Vortex Visions I gave 3 stars. Actually, I gave both of these 3 stars. These were re-listen tos. I had listened to them before. I mean, it's an okay series, but I much prefer the original series. I connect to the characters a lot more, so that's why I only gave them 3 stars. And now onto the physical books that I read. The first book is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I was not expecting how much I liked this book. The first half, I feel like it was kind of a drag, but the second half really picked up, and I really enjoyed it. It was like, I didn't expect to be hit in the feels so much. I really didn't expect that. I didn't really know anything about this book going into it, and so it really surprised me. I gave this book 4 stars. The next book is Oblivion. Now I believe I had this book in my August wrap-up, but the ebook form of this book has the remaining books, because this book is only the Damon's point of view in the first Lux book, whilst this or the ebook form is all the rest of the books, I think up until Opal, in Damon's point of view of the Lux series. But that's ebook. I have this physical form, so this is why I'm showing it to you. Long explanation. Basically, I finished Oblivion by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which is the Lux series, the first half of the Lux series in Damon's point of view, which I do always enjoy seeing other point of views. However, it doesn't really add too much to the story, so for that reason I gave it 4 stars. Enjoyed it, but you're basically reading the same book over and over again, just in a different point of view. The next book is also by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and that is Fall of Ruin and Wrath. This is the first book in her new series. I think it's called Awakening series. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. I think I knocked a star off because the relationship between the two main characters, or the love interest, it was very quick and it was very physical. They didn't really spend a lot of time together, and the time they did spend together, they were having sexual relations. So it just seemed like a very physical relationship. I would love to see them develop more of an emotional connection in the next book. And the final book that I read in the month of September, this was my third TBR jar pick of the month, and that is Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. I really enjoyed this book. This was actually a reread. I had read it when I was a lot younger, and I didn't remember anything about it. I just remember being a little bit confused, and I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 4 stars, and yeah, I'm really excited to read the next book. So those are all the books that I read in the month of September. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below if you've read any of these books, subscribe if you want to see more content, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see, no, that's not the order that I normally do this in. I do this in every video.